So let us continue on our PoE playthrough for Act 5. So starting off, we got some items over here that we just need to go ahead and sell.
Yes.
These were just items that we acquired.
Remember.
They'll just give us some extra chromatics here. And we, I guess, picked up, actually, this item we'll just sell for another chromatic. But these items we had gotten last time, I just didn't identify them. So this could be an upgrade. We get 9 to all attributes, that's pretty good. The global critical strike multipliers, that's like crit damage. We don't really have any crit, and on top of that, this weapon can never deal a critical strike, which is kind of strange. It doesn't have like some super good ability, other than it has a decent amount of flat physical damage. But last resort, not really going to be too useful for us. The best thing to do when you get like a unique item, most of the time they're not going to be worth anything, but it's good to familiarize yourself with what's worth something. So what I recommend do when you get a unique item, go to the Path of Exile trade website and see what the lowest one is selling for. There are some mods and tools that you can buy that work in-game and it'll tell you how much something's worth, but obviously a lot of people just, especially if they're first playthrough, they don't want to install stuff, and so I'm not going to like show off that, at least right now. Maybe later I will. But the best thing to do is check out how much something is right now. The trade websites are down because Path of Exile just had an update, so everything needs to be relisted, but I'm pretty sure this is worth nothing. Sometimes things in a certain league will be worth like 10 times the amount. But the most important thing with unique items, most of them at least, some of the like really bad ones won't, but you'll get these things called alchemy shards. If you get 20 of them, you'll get an orb of alchemy, and orb of alchemy is like a decent currency. So it's worth it usually to just, instead of trying to sell this for like a very low amount to another player, it's just worth it to go for this, because it's not worth going back into town for most builds. But we just got this new pair of boots over here, and this could actually be a nice little upgrade if it had. It has movement speed. Wow. Okay, perfect. Movement speed, that's all I really cared about, to be honest, which will let us swap out our helmet here if I get a better helmet, although it doesn't really matter. I mean, we can get more evasion and a little bit more armor, but to me it doesn't really matter because I want those. But I'm going to still save these boots, because what I'm going to do with it later is we will use these as I do plan to swap out my helmet eventually. Right now I wanted to get some items, like I wanted to go trade, but unfortunately it's not available because the servers have just like reset. In fact, in the last part of the playthrough we got disconnected a bunch of times. It's normal. But we just have 2 quests that we need to do. In service to science is one of them. So the important quest I'll mention for you guys to make sure you do. Some of them, like, you can do all the quests. In fact, the first time doing the game, you can totally do all the quests. I just pretty much do the ones that give me passive skills, because some will give you items that will help you out, but overall, for me personally, I just like, I just want to get to end game as quickly as possible. But we'll go ahead and actually do, so what I'm going to try to do for the Ritual League is see if there's anything good. Wow, there's a lot of Jeweler's Orbs over here. I'm going to actually like pick up all of these, as usually these are worth, it's usually like 9 of them equals a Chaos Orb on average. I don't know if it's changed this league. It varies, but that's about like a rough estimate. And a Chaos Orb equals 1 like pretty okay little unique item, like a legendary item. And if you guys don't want to engage in the trade department, Chaos Orbs are good to re-roll a rare item to a completely new rare item. I'll do that mechanic later on. Right now, it's way more worth it to actually use them as currency right here. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting most of these. I'm just gonna pick up. Actually, what I should do, because we still have one more ritual, I should do all of them, because just in case the last one is something really useful, it's obviously going to be more worth it. But yeah, we're basically just going to go through and focus on the yellows. And we're 44. We're a little bit higher level here. Actually, we're going to breeze through it fast. But because it's Cyclone, I can just Cyclone through things, and most of the things will die anyways. Very fast. Oh, we got a nice little rubber band. Hopefully we don't get disconnected because the servers have just reset, and if we have to reset, like we get disconnected like the last time, it's going to be a wait time. I need to jump up there. There are little breaks in the gate, like right here. You can vaguely see them, and if you see them, that means you can jump. I wish they showed it off on the map, but this is just like one of those things, if you know, you know. If you don't, you'll probably won't, like, be able to just play the game for the first time and be able to see it. Is there advantage to killing all the monsters? No, but like for the little like ritual league, I'm engaging in the mechanic right now. By the way, if you guys want to let me know if the audio is too high or not high enough, because sometimes when the game updates, the settings get messed up. Pretty much just going to be taking all of the Jeweler's Orb. This is an Orb of Regret, but I just would rather get all the Jewelers. And then we can also do the defer item on what's called an Orb of Regret. This will refund us a skill point, which is kind of nice. Ooh, wait, actually, no, it's not enough damage. It's 55% increased elemental with skills, but the only thing important that matters over here, I can move my face out of the way real quick, but the only thing that's important that on this is really the fizz damage, and the fizz damage just is not there, at least not right now. So we're going to go ahead and just pick up that. We're going to defer that item, so that means we will find it later. We got a bunch of jewelers, and that will be quite nice. As we're coming up to how many? 5? And I'll show off how to use jewelers, but what it does is it re-rolls. Like right now we have 3 sockets. It just re-rolls the amount of sockets. 4 is max in the boot department. Some technically the max is 0, but it's like a very specific, unique item. Let's just keep on going fast. We gotta go fast in this one, because this is just not a high enough area. And we already finished the league mechanic. But sounds good, Shiki. Thanks for stopping by me. You're thinking about starting a chain lightning mage type. Well, you can do whatever you want in this game, and everything that you can make is like usable. Like there's nothing that what I would consider is like super bad. We got a lot of these essences. But yeah, make whatever you want. So this is armor. We get some extra max life. This one's actually pretty decent. Armor, some cold res. I don't really need any resistance at the moment. This is for minions. Extra dexterity. Okay, so this one could be a nice little upgrade. No. That's kind of unfortunate. It just doesn't have the movement speed on it. If it just had like 15 movement speed, these would actually be pretty good boots for right now. Later on, we're going to get way better boots that will have something called Tailwind or Onslaught that are just way, way, way better. So yeah, we're going to get to the control blocks now. That's our main goal. The Matriarch. Feeling our damage is a little bit slacking now, but at level 51, we'll be able to get a completely new item that will deal massive amount of damage. But I'm thinking via skill points, we can definitely use a lot more damage. Get some more two-handed fizz. I'm also kind of just playing this by ear, like even though like I have like an end game like idea, which I posted in like the first part of our playthrough for like somewhat of a guide in case people wanted to go faster. If I notice like, you know, sometimes it goes off of RNG. If I feel like I'm dying really hard during like the league mechanic, or if I'm doing like way more damage than I need, then I'll like, you know, start scaling other things. There we go. That's the essence. What is this one we're at for armor? Extra cold res. Okay. Oh, don't forget the shrine. This is resistance shrine. We already have max res, but it will grant us even more resistance by 10%. There's bow skill types. Oh, I have a full playthrough of a bow build, which it eventually goes ice shot, but like I honestly think tornado shot is the best skill. Barrage is really fun too. Like it's like a machine gun. I really like barrage as well. actually gotta go to like... We'll actually need to go here anyway, so I'm just gonna get all the waypoints. Okay. The key to freedom. We'll see where this loops around. Actually, you know what? Since we're maybe gonna go this way anyways, we'll just go... And yeah, we still need to do the science one. Death to purity. See the main quest over here. Well, it's telling us to talk to Lonnie. We'll go talk to Lonnie and get our reward because it could be onslaught, which I wouldn't mind actually swapping out.
For freedom.
Did I remember right? See, I play this game too much. We'll go ahead and identify it and let's see if it's any good. It grants us spell damage. It's not going to be really useful at all. Let's re-roll it. We got extra charges and evasion rating. Go ahead and swap off of our little like flask over here for mana. I don't think we really need it. And we got an extra skill point, so I want to see if I can get any more two-handed damage. We do have some two-handed damage over here. It's Fizz. It's not too bad. Honestly, I think getting the crit down here, there's like a few sets. These are really nice to grab. I think this over here is great to grab, but it's not going to be that bad to grab these. Let's see. Yeah, it's okay. We can grab... There's a cloth and chain over here as well. There's golden. So there's like a lot of really nice things down over here. But the reason why I went over here is because I really wanted to just be able to swap off this belt. But yeah, we'll grab these notes for now. I don't think it's like... It's not going to be something I'm thinking I'll keep. Actually, this one's back here. Well, we can come back here. It'll be more efficient to do it this way. So we gotta go to the control blocks. And okay. The reason why I want to do this one now is because the map will reset. And we can just portal in. And we will always portal right now since if I log out and log back in, I can be in the server queue. And that's no fun. How much is PoE? It's free, yeah, the whole game is free. To answer your question. And it actually is it really is free too. There's no pay to win. There's pay to look cooler, but it's just skins. You can also get skins for free. Every year they give you a free random skin. Well, it's a random box. I think you can get pets off of it too. Cause yeah, I don't think I bought any of the pets. I think I got all the pets that I got were just from the game for free. As I don't really care too much about having the pet. I did buy the armor because I wanted to support them. Plus I had free currency because I backed them up in Kickstarter, what, 2010, 12? Because the game came out officially in 2013. I don't know. I remember backing them on Kickstarter because they had a lot of cool concepts. And like, I like to try to support games that I think that have a chance, and the game was really cool even back in the day. It just had like this feel of like, wow, that's so cool. You know, like the way that the skill gems work. It was definitely a game where I would have considered it ahead of its time. Even right now, like the ideas that they come up with are way better than any other game, I feel like right now. Like, I felt like Diablo's Kanai's Cube is really cool. I wish they would add that in here. Oh, I actually got the item. Okay, we're good. I was like, wait, where the heck? I'm going like all the way back. I already had the item. So we're going to go ahead and talk to her. She'll give us a passive point. And we're going to start scaling more damage because that's what I really want. This one over here is just accuracy, but it's our chance to hit. Which eventually I can actually get something that will grant us a large chance to hit. Basically, you can never miss. What you do is called the Effigion. It's an item where if they're blinded, you won't miss. And it just gives you like a blind aura around you. And so basically, you just never miss. Oh, PoE's blocked in the Philippines. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, thanks for letting me know. But yeah, I think a lot of people this day and age, like on YouTube, I see all the time people are like, yo, use this VPN. So I think a lot of people are just using VPNs. So I feel like I'm just some of these like fights I'm just sitting for way too long. But then other ones that like on a blue, like that's fine. I don't mind waiting. But if it's just like a generic like common monster, I feel like I should be killing them faster. What's going on? But there's a lot of items I would like to buy, but we just can't right now. Got a raised zombie, a vol orb. Okay. How many more in this one? 2. Okay. Let's just go this way. Or there isn't anything over there. And we are a little bit ahead of this area's like level. So when you are at the area's like level and you're not doing enough damage, we want to get a 5 link, and I can afford it right now. I can buy it for like 1 chaos. But like I said, all the trading is kind of messed up. We'll browse and check, and I'll show you what to kind of look for. What I want is just a 5 link with armor and evasion, because I want to actually get phase acrobatics and acrobatics, which is normally something you don't get on Zerker. Zerker's kind of like mostly people just get a lot of life to sustain. But the thing is that you can only scale your damage reduction so hard before you get diminishing returns. So you exponentially need like a lot more if you just want to scale 1. I actually think hybriding out, unless you're doing something specific, is totally fine. Some people like only like to get armor, some people only like to have dodge, but I think a mixture of both is okay. You're gonna try this out on PS4 first? I mean, if you have a PC, I would really recommend you to, if you can play this on PC. Just like the interface is just much more simple and easier to, I would say, play for most people via PC. It's just like action RPGs in general on PC, for me personally. Like, I can play first-person shooters on consoles, no problem, because I used to play Halo like all day, every day. But we have 1 more remaining, so actually, let's see what this giant mallet. No, there's no way it's gonna, even if we identify it, there's no way it's gonna be better than what we currently have, so we'll skip out on it. We'll do the last ritual for the area, and we'll see what the last revealed item is. Oh, wait, so with a console, it doesn't block it. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Like, it only blocks the PC version? Like, Diablo on console, you get like an extra ability, you get the dodge. But I remember playing Diablo on Switch, like I've played that on console. It's like definitely doable. Diablo, you generally don't swap items too much once you get to the end game. Once you get like your full like, you know, 6-piece set. This game kind of has sets too, which is interesting. Okay, so there's no more, so we're gonna grab all of these. I'm gonna grab this as well. I don't have anything to defer. It doesn't really matter. I don't really want anything here. Alright, let's continue. The chromatic. I believe it's like 14-ish chromatics to get 1 Orb of Chaos. I'm just trying to like give you guys some rough numbers. There's also a way for you to trade your currency in the game to other players. Usually it's at a negative rate though. As in, like, people will buy chromatics for, let's say, 14 to 1. Like, it'll cost you 14 of these to get 1 Chaos Orb. I don't have one to show, but, like, that's like a standard little currency. But they will sell, like, you know, they'll want to make a profit, and it makes sense. There's people that sell it, or buy and sell at what would be like more about what I would say a fair price is, but they just never respond when you trade. It's just... that's part of PoE. I mean, that's just kind of actually, it's a good little like life lesson for like anything. Because I used to go to like events for like card games, and that's just how vendors are too. You know, they need to make a living off what they do, and they have to pay, you know, to sell. silver coin. I'm about to level up a bunch of these gems. Unfortunately, we don't have the requirements. This is something that will be very common to run into. Specifically, the red gems are a little bit more generous when you level up, because you're going to get a lot of strength on the tree, since we are the Marauder. But there's also like leveling. Leveling, sometimes your skills will be tied to your level as well. This way you can't just buy a max level gem. You can get max quality though, but that doesn't really. I mean, it helps out, but it's on a much smaller scale. These 43 or 46. Yeah, once we hit 51, we'll see if we can go buy. Actually, after this boss, I'm going to check and see if we can buy something. I'll show you what you're trying to look for. As I think, since we're not doing that much damage, I might actually start scaling Impale. But I'll get the big, like, damage node first. Alright, actually it's probably down this way. Not even sure what Urgent Orders is. Oh, I want to say that's a newer gem? Or it's just a gem maybe I just didn't even see before. How many more of those do we have? Oh, we haven't even done one. Well, let's see what's available here. I liked Legion a lot because you just activate it and it was just like, it was there. And it was just fast. I feel like this one could be a little faster. Like, it could spawn in all the enemies at once. But there's like there's a bunch of different ones in here. On this one, we don't have really anything. But there's still that chance of something else like being there. I'm gonna leave some of these here in case I die, because this guy, he's a long fight. Let me put the skill point in. Sorry, mate. I need some more damage. Need to build up that rage. There we go.
I cannot do this yet.
This is one of the worst like boss fights when you get him on a map, which is towards the end game. You kind of just fight bosses that are like gonna be just harder. The reason why I don't like fighting him isn't because he's like hard. He just takes way too long to die. Because he does this move, which is like, you can't hit me, and I'm going to summon a bunch of my homies. Ooh, ooh. We gotta watch out for all these orbs. Oh, that was quite close. We'll be good now. Unfortunately, my range is now going down. Ooh. But to answer your question, Elias, yeah, I'll link it. Just let me destroy this boss. Oh my gosh. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, you know what? We forgot to summon our little ice golem buddy. So the reason why I didn't want to kill all the enemies is I wanted to leave these here so I can rebuild up my stacks of rage before fighting him again. $61. Come on. Why isn't it? I can't hit him apparently. I don't know if the servers are just lagging. Okay. Oh, he's not even attacking. summoner builds are nerfed from heist. Yeah, in Metamorph they were so dominant that they got nerfed. Like, can you still play? Yeah, almost every build in PoE that gets nerfed, you can still play it. It's not like Tornado Shot has gotten a lot of nerfs, but it's still really good. It got buffed recently. But yeah, with Path of Exile, you can pretty much play anything almost at any point in the game. Like, on Heist, the Impale champion was so good. Impale in general is still really good, but that one got a lot of nerfs. They lost a lot of damage. He lost an Impale stack. He was 500 evasion and armor. I don't even know how he died, honestly. Like, it's not like I'm needing to get a lot more life or anything. It's probably because we didn't have we only have 21 armor, so our physical damage reduction is 1%. He probably like hit. Sometimes you can get unlucky and they can do like a big crit, and it happens. All right. Now we gotta go back to the Templar Courts. I actually want to get a better set of armor too. I want to get something that has armor and evasion, but again, the trade servers are kind of meh right now. Whoops. So we're going to go ahead and get the reward. If you accidentally don't get the reward, you can get it again. So now we're getting our first unique jewel. Right now, I don't think I'm using anything. We have Ground Slam, has bonus damage. Like, if you were leveling up Ground Slam and you're still using, because I mentioned before, like, you don't have to use Cyclone. You do whatever you want. Molten Strike is kind of nice. This one used to be, like, the best one to pick up. I'm not sure which one is worth the most. I can't actually check this out right now, but generally they're not worth like a lot, but you can maybe just try to sell it. Sometimes there might be one that's worth like an alk, or maybe you can get like half of chaos for it. But if you happen to see the skill that you like, how it works is it'll usually be like it buffs this specific skill, and then if you have at least X amount of strength, intelligence, dexterity in a radius, which is like a little circle, you'll be able to get like a bonus on the skill. Like I sometimes go for the Frost Blades. This is kind of nice. It just does some extra cold resistance penetration, and then you get extra projectile speed. But the most important thing is like that extra damage, and then the penetration is nice too. But let's go and sell these items, and we are good.
We do this for free.
So now we gotta go and do the Kitava's Torments. So this one will actually grant us a skill point, but I don't have any of the waypoints except for this one. But we're gonna go from here and go backwards, and it'll actually, whoops. I don't want to connect this far. It's still honestly probably gonna be faster because I can just connect it right here. And then within the next 2 acts, we will be able to do... Oh, actually, this is pretty long. Yeah, it's fine. Since it's already cleared, too. Actually, might as well just do this on the way. We'll see 2 rituals left. Okay. Popping up our flasks, so we're real fast. Okay, let's see, what did we get? Nothing worth mentioning. There's still a last section. I wonder if they always keep some of like the best items at the very end. We got one left here. Just the last one. Oh, it's because I got hit. Yeah, actually, if I didn't get hit, yeah, we wouldn't die. But it's because we have no armor. Like, we have maxed out fire res, too. We have maxed every resistance, except for chaos. But chaos resistance, you kind of need to get now. If you want to do, especially if you want to engage in the metamorph mechanic, you do need it. I used to basically be fine without it. Oh, we have max stacks of rage. It's just the damage just isn't there. Well, it's not as high as I would like for it to be. I don't need to defer that. Okay, I can still defer this. Let's see. This talisman grants us extra fire. It's not really worth it. I'll defer this. Oh, can't defer the other one. We got no more currency. It's fine. It's no big deal. I love Cycloning because you don't have to stop to attack. It's like one of my pet peeves in a lot of action RPGs. What? Wait, what? Wait, oh my, are you serious? Wait, what? Did I just walk backwards? Oh no. Oh, that's fine. We can kill this. This is worth. Get him. Maybe like a little bit better if I throw this on and get something like some really good roll on it. Let's see. Nope. Actually, we can just merch it. I could have sworn we came from this direction. Oh, we super came from this direction. I went... It's fine, it's fine. We're alright. I think I got... Yeah, I warped in here. Oh my gosh, the exit's right there. My bad. It's okay. We were just there for the extra XP. We're just farming. Alright, so I'm supposed to talk to this guy and he's like, what did you do? Yeah, and then you go to the torch courts, everything's on fire. Even though like the map shows... Yeah, you guys can see it goes this way, but like sometimes in this area in particular, it's a little bit like off. Most of the like the map areas on the campaign, they're pretty accurate to like kind of where you need to go. But in this specific tile set, it's I don't know why. It's just like nope. It's not always the most accurate. They're 44. Okay, we're 46 now. Grab the jeweler sword. Yeah, we're still killing things really fast. Separate elites. Grab that. Nice. Totem. How much damage we're doing though? It's just like nope. But I'm wondering if the totems are set. Like I can go over here and kill this faster than the totem. I don't know if it's like more worth it to kill the totem or whatnot. But that's a lot of armor scraps. There's one more ritual and there's a few things to be revealed. So we'll just continue. Grab this chest. Oh, I'm seeing a little bit of chunky damage right now. Like I said, we really need to get some extra gear. That's why I wanted armor. Because when you have armor, your HP won't just go boom really fast and drop. Instead, what will happen? You'll take more damage instead of evasion. Because evasion is like all or nothing. Do you take damage or not? Armor is like you take a reduced amount, but you'll still take it. Generally, since you have like some life steal, like life leech, a life gain on hit. it'll be more worth it for armor. But I still think evasion's worth it because there's certain things that like, if you get hit by it, you're dying. But it can kind of help. It's usually like big like boss moves that are like very choreographed. This one has contained mirrored items. Not that it matters. Basically, it's just you'll see that the artwork is flipped, and it see the difference in like what it does, which is nothing. It'll just say it's mirrored though. We get sulfite. Oh, we can show off this mechanic in this part because I didn't get to show it to you guys last time. Because last time our playthrough was really long. It was because there's more mechanics to go into, and I try to space it out so we do like kind of one new thing. So this is one way that you can just basically play the end game content. But let's go ahead and slam another point into this, and then the last node will be really good because it grants us attack speed. More importantly, I just really want that physical increased damage. Later, I'm gonna respec out of all of this though. So what we're gonna do is enter the mines, and you'll see how this mechanic works. So you'll have these little like flares, and the default is probably not this for like the buttons to push, but what you do with them is you'll start off at a level where it's like equal to your level with monster levels. Otherwise, this thing before it didn't do this, and it was not as enjoyable because you'd have to just play really low level content. But what we want to do is just basically path downwards right now. There are certain things that you can blow up on like side areas and open up kind of secret areas for the path, but you'll see what you can get for rewards. Ideally, what I really like to get for rewards is currency items. What those look like, there's none right here. Let's see. There's ones where you get armor, you can get weapons, but generally I prefer currency because that's like more consistent. But we'll see if we can map down, like right now, it looks like we gotta go super far over here, or we can go all the way back up here, but what's probably gonna be more efficient is just go this way. Sometimes it'll load in, sometimes it won't. But to answer your question, those things in the top right, you mean top left, I'm guessing? Being our skills, but yes, those are our skills. Also, if our golem dies, we can resummon him. Usually we'll do some variant of like cast when damage taken, and it'll just summon it immediately. So right now this is level 40, so this will be really easy. So what you want to do is you need to stay around the cart. If I get away, you'll see that my health will start draining. Well, if I wasn't life leeching, my health will just start draining. The cart will move slower, so it kind of gives us a chance to catch up to him. But if you go faster than the cart will move faster too. But if you're behind, it'll go slower. That's the gist of what Delve is. Sometimes you can go the wrong way. If you do, it's no biggie. But usually, the cart will go for a little bit, and then it'll eventually stop. It'll tell you to collect the azurite. And just kill all these guys. You're sold on Barrage. What level should you use it? Whenever you'd like to. That's honestly the nice thing with PoE is like, whenever you get the skill, you're free to use it. You can combine it with things. There are certain skills like Flicker Strike which you cannot actually sustain. Like you can't just like level 1 just play Flicker. Like it just won't work. Like if you want to sustain Flicker Strikes with using Frenzy Charge, like it's just impossible at level 1. For the most part, there might be some like weird obscure thing that someone can do, but generally, like, no, you're not going to be able to sustain Flicker up. Which is what we will be going, but we can't use it yet. At level, like, 55-ish, we might be able to. There's an amulet that you can buy that gives you, like, 300 crit chance. Well, it's more like 30-ish crit chance. Like, in this game, you move over the decimal because it's based off of your weapons. And like the highest you can really realistically get is around like 8 on most weapons. There's like certain exceptions, but different items will have different crit chances. Like from 5 to 8-ish. There are ones that can go higher and lower, but... Oh, I don't think I clicked on the loot on the last one. It's fine, that's not a big deal. The point is to show you guys the mechanics, so... Make sure you don't not click on the sealed things because you have to kill the enemies before you do that. But these are really fun. They're usually really worth it for XP. Once it's like at an accurate amount. Because there's just a lot of enemies that you'll fight. And they just come right towards you. Alright, so make sure you clicked on the sealed things as they drop stuff. It's worth it. And you'll see how much sulfite it costs. Like this costs 55 to go one more. I actually don't mind doing this. But well, I can only do one more anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to get to a currency one. Oh, we went the wrong way. The nice thing with Cyclone is you can kind of make your way back while leeching. We got him. Sometimes it's like I really want to kill like an elite and the card just moves right on by. We can also get this Azurite. This is another form of currency for the mines. To upgrade and get more flares. I don't have any to show you, but you can use these flares, and what it does is it makes it so there is light. Because basically, when you're in the darkness, you start taking damage like this. You'll see kind of like this vignetting of color. That's like, hey, get back to the minecart. These are the things we didn't click on last time. Usually it'll say like, click on it to begin. Once the yellow comes out, we'll pop that. This is a 42 or 47. Oh yeah, we're not really getting that great of XP because it's not deep enough now. But you can see like how many, look at all these items that drop. Look at it. Ooh, it's just showering us in loot. Although most of the stuff isn't really that great. But, hey, it's there. We also have a sulfur flask. I'm actually just going to drop heals at this point and just go for all damage. Let's go ahead and blue it. Oh. We need to do this first. There we go. Flash charge when you deal critical strike. Add melee knockback, and I actually don't want that. That's fine. So what this will do, we'll have extra damage by 40% when we use this, and more damage is technically more lifesteal, so I'll take it.
Carry this.
This one would be guaranteed chromatic versus some like other random currency, and I'll just take the chromatic now. And now that we, well, let's make sure we click on this. Don't forget to click on it. Possibly. Very rare, but possibly more damage. You have to roll like multiple. I don't know what we had before. That's it. Okay, so now we will have to go return to the square because we are out of the sulfite. But if you want to get more, you just click on these little like yellow things that kind of pop up once in a while.
Innocence.
So let's go ahead and sell these items. I think we had one more before, but we marched it off. I'm going to clean up my inventory just for a second here, and I'll see if we can, because we're coming up pretty close, right? 47, and we're basically 48. So in 3 levels, we'll get like a really insane boost in DPS. Whoops, I'm not gonna. Actually, we're gonna put these in here. Like if I get a cool item, I'll come back. It's just that there's just so much right now in our inventory that's kind of wasted space. I'm keeping these here. Well, actually, because if I get something, actually, I should have put this in here a long time ago. But that's okay. Same thing with multi-strike. Remember, you can still upgrade your gems even though like you have your weapon swapped, which is actually really nice. They let you do that. But now we will go actually back. and continue. But I want to go ahead and open up the trade website, and I want to see if it's available. Because what I want to do right now is every like minute or two, what I'm going to do is check. I'm going to go and resummon my Ice Golem. Okay, so the trade website is still... Oh. Whoops. I didn't actually mean to use that skill, but it's alright. So we got to go travel to the Relic Quarry, Kitava's Torments. And we'll go ahead and do that. So you can see that it builds up our... It costs like, I don't know, like 60-ish to do one right now, but it'll cost more and more as you progress. You can also gain favor, which is another thing I'll mention later. With each one of like the guys, like the Einhar, where we kill the beasts, we'll basically start like upgrading them. Like right now we have no heals, which is a little bit dangerous, but like it's totally fine because I would rather deal enough damage right now and then die once in a while. I think it's worth it as long as my clear speed is significantly faster. You can see our damage is pretty good right now. We just need more flat scaling of like the damage. That one was the elite, so but like all the small stuff, as long as we're one-shotting it, is good. Now we get the big node over here, so this is going to be nice. Oops. Did I not put that skill point in? Okay. Okay. I think I actually may have hit on something. So there's another hideout here that you can grab if you'd like to. Where's the special guy?
Oh no, it has only begun.
Alright, where is he at? Here he is. Pop this. Hopefully our life leech will be enough. If not, we can get some more life leech too. I'm always down for more life leech. So yeah, we're gonna do Kitava's Torments, as that grants us another skill point, which is definitely worth it. I don't think we've done any of the rituals yet. What I really want to do is be able to buy stuff from other players. Let's see what local chat. Oh, is global chat? Okay, so we'll do global 820. So 820, I probably should mention this later, but 820, I don't know for whatever reason. I was just checking also to see if it was still, so you can see people helping each other. They're offering waypoints to very specific trials, and so you can just hop in and you can get something done. It's a really nice channel, so I'd recommend writing this down. It's something I'll mention in like I try to pin in the comments every single time that there's something important, to make sure you guys do that, like, you know, during like this act. Like what they're doing right now is something that is for like way later in the game. Actually, I found where we needed to go. Kind of need some more excitement here. I want to click on this, even though like I'm just like I'm kind of trying to progress in the game faster, but I'm also like I like the idea of like, oh, I can get something really cool, but if I don't get something like cool as a drop, what I do is I'll click on the Ritual League and we'll just do this. Oh, this is guys on the opposite side of the wall. All right, what do we have for rewards? We have Orb of Regret. Our belt we're not going to replace, at least not right now. Eliminate those guys, get them out of the way. Ooh, this sword over here has triple rolls on elemental. Like you see how it has fire, cold, lightning. This is what grants you a huge bonus in amount of damage. Are we running Ellie's? I think we're just added fire. If we had like the Ellie, this could actually be, is it oh, it's a one-handed, unfortunately. I prefer two-hand. Like that, the physical damage is what we're scaling, and like, since, that's not bad though. But it's just not going to be too useful for us right now. There's staff here. Nothing really too good, but there's only one ritual remaining, which I'm going to go over here, but we'll more than likely have to come back through here. Yes, we will. Level Fortify. See, you can see everyone spamming stuff. We'll just go to global chat 1 now, because this is probably going to get really annoying because there's not going to be too many funny things. We'll just join global chat 1 because there might be some funny stuff going on. I like to check that out. It makes playing PoE when you're playing solo a little bit better. In fact, most people play PoE solo, to be honest. But you can party up with people, and it can be worth it. Especially if you're, you know, your friends got different auras that you guys can all buff each other. It's kind of nice for that. So right now, what we're looking for is like a jaw bone. It's like basically more like collect 3 of these things. I really wish with the league mechanic though, you can instantly interact with it. I really feel like once we added this onslaught, it's just really nice. It's making the clear speed so much smoother for me, but I definitely feel like I personally prefer melting the screens of enemies at a time. Ooh. Let's see. What I really like to have is they look kind of like this, but it'll grant armor and evasion. And that's ideally what we want. Is we want like 300 each. I'll grab this though. Ice Shot and Barrage look cool. Yeah, you could choose exactly what you want. Like I mentioned before, if you want to run something different than what I've done in my like previous Path of Exile video, or even what you're seeing right now, run whatever you want. I know a lot of people are like afraid to, but like no, it's like the same thing. Like eventually we're gonna swap out of this skill, and some people might be like, I want to continue using this skill, but I'll actually have to use Cyclone on some of the boss fights because the Cyclone is just really, really good. Because it's like you can reposition yourself. Like if there's a giant laser that's in one direction, I could just move a little bit and still do damage, which is really nice. Some classes, if there's like a giant AoE or something on the ground, and you need to move out of it, you have to wait, especially if it's like melee only. You gotta wait, and that's no fun. I was like, I'm stuck. It's because I'm still doing the Ritual League thing. All right, we got a talisman. It's not good at all. Here, where we saw that? We got some Prandus coins, and there's what, one more, right? One ritual remaining. But we gotta collect all 3 of these parts. This is we're at 48. Okay, we should go through this a little faster then. In fact, I'm gonna. It's one of the last one, anyways. Might as well. I just wish that you can click on the Ritual League without having to kill like enemies in front, so I could just start it. I think there's like it allows you to have like a small amount of enemies, maybe like 1 or something. Damn, look at how far away these guys spawned in. I can't even like hit them properly. Unless it's just, this is just, might be just server lag, I don't know. Alright. So the final one we get a scour. Alright, sure, I'll take a scour. And actually we can defer the other scour. So, yeah, what a scour does is it makes like, see how this is like blue, I can make it white, or, yeah, that's basically what it does. They're useful when you want to reroll a map, and there's like something that you can't do. And what I mean by something you can't do is like, for example, right now, if there's reflect physical damage as a map modifier, we would just die in 1 hit. We would basically just kill ourselves. So you can get like reduction on reflected damage. I usually just don't play those maps. Or there's a map where it says like you cannot regenerate life or mana. Those can be quite challenging for some builds if they have no like leech, or some maps will say you cannot leech life. You can't regenerate life and mana. Ooh. Could be okay. We got all the parts. There's a crafting recipe. I'm just gonna grab it. Okay, there we go.
Remember,
And then we get
we
the
do this for
skill
free.
point. I'll see if we can get it. I want to see. Yeah, you know, we're about like an hour in. I want to see if we can get the item. So I'll save my skill points. If not, I'll put them into something else. But if you want to put your skill points anywhere, feel free to do so. If you want to save it, feel free to do that as well. So now we got to go. Now that we've done with Kitava's Torments, we're gonna go to the entrance of the ossuary. The ossuary. Ooh, I think. Actually, how close are we to the center? Because basically everything is run off of this center area. I didn't get the waypoint, unfortunately, but we're not super far away. Another thing is if you go back into town, all of your flasks get refilled. So sometimes it can be worth it to go right back into town, and it'll be actually faster because you'll have all those flask charges, like the Quicksilver flask. But for this build over here, since we have to build up our rage for the movement speed, it might sometimes not be worth it. Unless there's no enemies around. Alright, so we got... Actually, no, I should have just used the waypoint. Yeah, so if I would have just used the waypoint and went back over here, it would have been totally fine. But we really need to get the waypoint over here. That's a huge priority for us. Whereas Rage didn't reset on some of the areas, but we can build it up pretty fast. We can build it up even faster later with a jewel. I wonder if the waypoint's like right here. If we get lucky or something. Nope. Alright, we'll just go upwards then. Oh, we actually gotta talk to Lonnie for a reward. Okay. I do want to get the waypoint here, because we need an item. I just want the waypoint. Wait, what? It's right there? What? Did I not click on it? Wow, what a bot. I guess I just didn't click on it. There's no way. I didn't click on it. Oh, nice little rubber banding. Metamorph would be awesome. Well, I mean, like, if you want to play Metamorph, it still exists in the game. There's certainly, yeah, I guess I just didn't grab it, which is fine. It's not that big a deal. But there is a mechanic where, like, I like the idea of Metamorph where you can make like super bosses super hard to defeat.
Good luck out there.
So we can actually get extra attack damage. You know what? We can get a jewel slot right now. That's never going to be something bad. I'm gonna grant this because it gives us extra attack damage. But if you want, get the one that you want. Pretty much this is going to be the one that supports us pretty much the best. So we'll get a jewel socket. And that will allow us, and I can show you guys this mechanic. So I put it in over here. Now this jewel isn't really good at all. We'll definitely 100% replace it, but like for now it's just like whatever. I'm showing you guys mechanics in the game. We actually can talk to Lonnie for a reward. So if you send him skip out on your reward, you can save it at any point. Oh, you know, that was the thing I showed you before, and it had to do with the jewel, but there was no jewel that we needed. So I'm gonna check later on the website because I can't really do it right now. So yeah, this one says, search the ruins, a square for the entrance to the ossuary. Even though it's like marked here, you go upwards, it's kind of weird. Like I said, this whole like area has a lot of things that just aren't correct in terms of like the orientation. But that one specifically for a new player, I know the first time that it came out, so many people on YouTube, because I didn't know where it was, and I looked it up, and like the video had like 10K views. And I was like, okay, so it's not just me alone that couldn't figure out where the heck to go from here. Did they add a new story? I don't know. Usually there's like some kind of like end boss and there's like some like story to it. Like with on the Conquerors of Atlas there kind of is. But I honestly didn't really check. As for me, like I don't really care about the story. Even though the story isn't really like bad in PoE, it's just I just don't care about stories in this game. And the gameplay is what I play this game for. I don't think I've actually once listened to all the text in the game. I just kind of skip through it. Same thing with like Diablo. Even like as a kid, I used to just skip out on everything. Okay, these could be okay. Can I get one of these? I'm just gonna slam it in and see what we get. Nope. Ideally, you'd want to roll like something that grants plus life, but eh. Right now, I'm just like. Actually, we have boots that are totally fine. All right, I'm gonna go in here because we can get a 5, or you can get 6 link, and I don't know like at what point they start rolling 6 links in here, but it's like not that uncommon to get a 6 link chest by doing these. Like our chances, I would say. Maybe 1 in 30 or 50. Like, these are just like guessing ratios because I watched a guy that did farm it a while back. Back when this first came out, like when they added these like side areas to have like high chances to drop these things. So those are pretty good odds in this game, to be honest. To get a huge, that would be a huge DPS boost if we get a 5 link. It has to be the right colors, and if it's a corrupted item. There's no change in the colors. What you get is what you get. It's a boss. No, it just looked like it was. What you get is what you get. Or what you see is what you get is what I meant to say. Sorry, too tired to be streaming for too long, Kappa. Alright. Delete this guy real quick. I actually really want to like not have knockback on attack. It's not very useful. Do I have another? No, I'll probably have it in town. Rustic Sash isn't really that useful right now. Let's see if we get one. Ooh, that's sacrifice at noon. Actually, what do we get when we sell these? Let me double check on this. I'm actually kind of curious. I don't know if they've updated what these offer for if you sell. I don't think these had quality anyways, right? I'm just gonna double check. No, you just get a scroll fragment. Oh, nice. Totally worth it. Clean up some of my inventory. Let's see if these are any good. Nope. Well, not for us, at least. Then I'll keep the helm. I think we already had another helm that had like, or we had. Okay, it was a pair of boots. This way, just in case I get one good thing, like I would prefer to get a unique called SNS Mark, and it grants us extra move speed and attack speed. It's usually I get it a lot earlier on, but. For the sake of the people that didn't really want to go for the trade, I didn't really bother going for it. But at this point, we bought 2 items, and like they're not even really insane at all. Oh. I thought we were supposed to. I swear I clicked on it the first time. Like I mentioned before, the first week of Path of Exile, whenever there's a new season that starts, it's like there's just bugs, it's laggy, the server kicks you out, it happens, and it's not that bad though. Like it's what I would consider playable. All right, so now we have to go back over here, and oh no, now that we've done that. Now that I got the whatever item it is, we can go over here. This is where it gets confusing because it looks like, oh, you go up there. Oh, I go from here to here. There's another thing where, again, a lot of people got confused on it, and this is where the guide really helps out. So instead, you actually have to go to the left, and there's a secret area. Well, it's not really secret. It's just, it was locked off before, and you couldn't access it, but now you can. Maybe if you listen to the story, maybe it would tell you, but I have no idea because we didn't listen to it. So you see that you have to click on this little like ladder here, and you might not even like see this area as like a way to progress because it was locked off before. So you're like, okay, I already went to that area, it was locked off, but yeah, this is where you gotta go, and we're gonna be fighting a boss. Oh yeah, temporal change on us. That makes us slow. Now this guy actually hits for a decent amount of damage in one of his moves. It's 45, okay. We're like 5 levels ahead. I guess it's because we were doing the Ritual League, we did the mines, we're like just a little bit further ahead, so we'll skip out on some of the other content for now. I don't really need the currency really bad. Because all I really needed was like 1 or 2 Chaos Orbs. I need to get something called Ungol's Harmony, which is that amulet that has like over 300 crit %. It sounds really OP, but it's really not, because it offers a bunch of crit, but you can never deal crit damage. And if you're wondering what's the point of that, well, we get a special item. When we crit, we get a benefit off of it. And that's all I really want it for, but we'll put the little thing in here and be able to fight Kitava. I'll summon a little ice guy. Ooh, he hits hard. See, I told you he hits hard. So when he does that, when he does this little like arm swipe, do not be in the range of it. In fact, I should actually put this on instead of Onslaught. There's really nothing to kill consistently. Unfortunately, we are losing out on our rage stacks. Heart comes out and you hit the heart. I honestly probably should swap that flask out. Let's just move faster. I don't really need to move faster during the boss fights, you know. Woo. Woo. Almost. Just gotta watch out for the hand. But like, since we have all these little like AIs, he's targeting them sometimes, so it's nice. His heart comes out, and then you hit the heart, and then they'll spawn some ads. Trying to hit both of them at the same time. Okay. Alright. And this one's gonna hit for a lot. Oh, we got one shot. I'm just kidding. You always get one shot over here no matter what. It's part of the story. He gets you, and then you get saved by Sin. He's like,
There is no shame in falling.
he's like the opposite of Tyria, you know, in terms of like the aesthetics. If you've played Diablo. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna go talk to Lily. We're gonna sail back to Ray class.
Remember,
Actually,
this ain't no charity run. You owe me. Cast off.
and now we're back in Act 1, which is kind of weird, but it's considered Act 6. So, how it works is basically in this game, and it is changed, like that, all the towns change and all the other environments change. We go back to Act 1, but it's like in the future. Well, I mean, technically it's in the present, but then like if it's considered like part 1, part 2. So like the areas will look different, but you're going through what would be considered like what has happened over the time, if that makes sense. So it's not really like all recycled content. There are like the area has changed. So it's cool way that they like brought back some of the areas as, you know, time has progressed, and some of the characters are going to be missing, and you'll see what happens. I won't spoil it, but go talk to everyone in town. Right now, what I want to go ahead and do is I may, just because I'm not sure how the trading is going to work, since this one's a little bit shorter than the rest so far in our play session over here. I'm going to see if I can buy some items. I want to see if the website's down. If it's down, then I think what happened is some people are still like slowly relisting stuff. Let me see if I can. Here, I'll just put this up on screen so you guys aren't looking at nothing. So let me go share screens. So what I want to see is like, I want a body armor right now. And this is good, so I can still show you. What I want is a body armor, and I want it to be 5 linked. Now, obviously, I want it to be red, green, blue. Like, ideally, I have 1 blue, like, then at least 2 reds, and then the green, if I can get it. Actually, I need to at least have 1 green. But I'm not going to care about that because I will use my currency to try to roll to get what I want. But I also need to check out and make sure that it's not past like level 50. And also like the strength dexterity requirements could be something to factor in. But I'm just going to hit search and see if anyone's selling something. Oh, it's all tabula rasa at this point. Okay. Because that's a very common item. And in fact, that's all that people are listing. But it's because everyone had to relist their items. Like, basically the trade is broken. Like, I don't even know if I hit this. If I'm going to hit rarity non-unique. And see if anything even comes up. Okay, so some stuff is coming up. Okay. And this is level 59 required. Okay. So I'm going to also put in the max currency as, let's say, 2 Chaos Orbs. You don't have to use the website. Again, use the one you want. There's like nothing here. There's only 1 listed, and it grants only shield, and I cannot benefit off of energy shield because I have nothing to scale it. Like, I mean, it gives me energy shield. I have 43 right now, but like, obviously, that's not going to be a stat that I'm looking to prioritize. It does grant me health. It is a 5-link. It's the only one out right now. Do I want it? So what I'm going to do for this, as I kind of want this to progress in the game, what I'm going to do for our play session is I'm going to acquire some currency by just doing some farming. I'm going to do this off of our playthrough as it's unnecessary because I want to get the item for us to be able to have, and I still kind of want to play some PoE, although I want that item at the start of the next area. Normally, like, I would be able to buy it, but I think that the server's in maybe like an hour or two, so I'm going to just do some farming. What I'm going to do, and you guys can do this too, I'm not going to do anything in Act 6. I'm going to go back to Act 5, and what I'm going to do is go just around. I won't do any quests or anything. All I'm going to do is all of those ritual things. I'm just going to do those and get some items. If there's anything important, I will mention it in our next part. But pretty much what I will be getting is any of these currency items. So the items, and I'll tell you exactly what I got off of doing it because I do want to play more of the game, but I want that item. I can already afford the item, but I just, the trade's broken right now. Sometimes day 1. So I might be like a level, maybe 1 or 2 levels higher in the next part, and I'll tell you exactly. I won't put in the skill points. I'll have everything ready for you guys in the next part. But that's going to go ahead and wrap up this act over here, which was Act 5 for our PoE playthrough. But if you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on it, and I'll see you guys in the next part, which will be uploaded very soon. Kappa. Anyways, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.